what does it mean to you to be a caretaker?
It means I'm the queen of the forest. Being a caretaker means to me that you've been gifted the ability to nourish and keep a place beautiful and accessible and not destroyed by humans. Part of the job's teaching, part of the job is waste management, part of the job is maintaining trails, and it's just the whole piece of just taking care of the forest and people. I have been a caretaker for the Green Mountain Club for about 5 years. I took a couple years off. I ended up marrying my best friend, and so we went to Europe one summer. We also went out west. So I've done 3 full seasons and 2 part-time seasons, and I keep coming back because I'm an elementary school teacher. I teach kindergarten through 4th grade, and it's totally different. It's working with a different set of people, and I find that it kind of like plugs me back in and gets me back to a calm, peaceful state where I can go back and tackle the school year for another year. The Green Mountain Club is the main protector of the Long Trail, which is a 272-mile trail that runs from Massachusetts to the Canadian border. And in addition to taking care of the trail, they also do stewardship programs, and they have education programs to teach people how to safely go out in the woods and how to backpack. There is no average day for caretakers. There's a couple pieces that you have to think about when you design your day. I'm lucky that my husband Michael caretakers with me a lot. So we have a set of trails and jobs that we have to do in a 2-week period. We take care of the trails from 108 to 15. That includes all 15 miles of the Long Trail and then all the side trails off that. And then also I like to talk to all the people that have camped the night before just to make sure they know where they're going. One of the best things about having a companion up here is I've always wanted to do long distance swimming, and I've never had somebody that could kayak with me before. And so this summer we were lucky enough that we had a kayak at Sterling Pond, and we've been training for some long distance swimming. It's kind of neat when you figure out you can be as comfortable here as you are in your house. And it's not about having expensive gear, it's about figuring out what works for you. Like this summer, we discovered tortellinis, and we never thought about it before, but we saw somebody else making them, and we're like, oh man, we make those at home all the time. Why can't we make that in the woods? Even being an experienced camper, I learned from every thru hiker or camper that comes to my site. By being a caretaker, you experience a sense of place, and you get to intimately know a part of the forest like most people don't. So we've had caretakers here for about 40 years at Sterling Pond. So at the most, there's been 80 people in the world that can describe every rock and nook and cranny. And it's just neat to think about that you're a small group of people that have learned to really love an area, and you don't get that walking by. You can appreciate the beauty, but I got to live with a moose this summer. It's almost like being a wildlife biologist. Hey buddy, oh beautiful eyelashes. You grew those this summer. Yeah, you know me. When you're in the woods, you kind of feel like you're in a dream because you try to explain it to other people, and they look at you like, what? You live in the forest? What do you mean? And then having somebody else there, they can be like, no, it really happened. We really did live with a moose named Sterling. But when you're alone, sometimes you're like, did that really happen? Living here for this summer is magical and life-changing, and that it really empowers you to do things that you don't think you're capable of doing, because you can't call somebody and say, oh, my tent ripped or my water filter doesn't work, and you have to figure it out. And I think that is one thing that being a caretaker teaches you how to do. What is the weather? What is the weather? What is the weather today? Is it rainy or cloudy? Sunny or windy? What is the weather today?